some of the games I am hyped for. Now, this year is going to be huge for games, huge. So I'm obviously going to miss a few. These are the first couple that came to my head. But this year is going to be amazing. We're going to have things like Days Gone and that, you know. I don't know if we'll get the big heavy hitters like Last of Us Part 2 and maybe Death Stranding. Yeah, Death Stranding probably not. I'm thinking Ghost of Tsushima, Sucker Punch's Japanese RPG game. I think that will make this year. Because what I've seen so far, it looks almost done. You can see horse riding. You can see a lot of fighting. So that'd be cool. We'll see. I did say this year is the year of the samurai. Anyway, so the first game on my list that's coming out pretty soon is the Resident Evil 2 remake. Holy crap. Capcom are on some crazy good vibes. Just keep it going, Capcom. Ever since they created the RE engine and made Resident Evil 7, they've been bringing out hit after hit. Monster Hunter World's been incredible. Devil May Cry 5 is coming with the RE engine. But Resident Evil 2 remake, this is how you do a remake. I was talking about this with Shadow of the Colossus, but my god, they've completely redone it from the ground up. It's supposed to be much bigger than the original Resident Evil 2. Now they said they put Claire's and Leon's story together. We'll see how it pans out. I've tried to keep kind of dark on it, but speaking of dark, they've made it so much darker, so much spookier. My god, it looks incredible. I cannot wait to jump in. That's coming near the end of January. I cannot wait for that. God damn. Next one is Kingdom Hearts 3, also coming at the end of January. My god, Kingdom Hearts 3. You've no idea how long I've been waiting for this game. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a massive fan of Kingdom Hearts. I took a chance on them way back when on the first one. No one thought that Disney and Final Fantasy working together would work, because Final Fantasy is very hardcore at that point, you know. Like, that was right around time 10 came out, 9 and 10, you know, so it was very hardcore, but I stuck with it. I've missed a couple of the other Kingdom Hearts games because they keep changing bloody platforms, but Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, Birth by Sleep, all very important, and finally we're going to get to finish it. I'm kind of hoping it'll be the end. Like, I think it's time, you know, and I think there's so much riding on this. Like, it's been years and years. I think it'll pay off. I think it's going to be good. Like, some of the worlds look massive. There'll obviously be people that are not happy, but I want them I just want the closure, Sora story, everything. Let's just end it with a bang, you know. Square Enix have kind of been shaky lately with stuff and the whole Final Fantasy 15 kind of debacle, so we'll see. I'm hoping they can pull this off. Let's just end it with a bang, and we'll move on to the Final Fantasy 7 remake. Let's see, what else is next? Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, from Software's new IP. That's coming out in March, April, I think. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's very different, far removed from the Souls games we know. From Software are kind of trying something different with this one. I feel like this might be Miyazaki kind of making a game for the fun of it, rather than the insane lore of it. Like, I know every time he does a Souls game, when we did Bloodborne, it took a lot out of him. Just imagine the amount of lore and stuff that goes into those games. Like, you're talking about being up all night going through these breadcrumbs. So, and I know they're working on 2 unannounced IP, and I guarantee one of them is Bloodborne. They are masters of the craft, and Sekiro will be no different. Art style wise, it is traditional, old school, like feudal Japan. But what makes it different is the main character has a prosthetic arm, which I think you can change. Like, you can have a flamethrower or a grappling hook or a cannon. I don't know too much about it. It's all very hush hush, but hopefully it'll be that From Software bollocking hard differently that we're used to. But I'll be definitely jumping in and out. I can't wait. It's far more versatile and vertical than any of the other Souls games. You're hopping around on trees and stuff, and being able to use your grappling hook to attach yourself to the bad guys. And I can't wait. I can't wait. It just needs to be tough as nails, which I know it will be, and we'll be all happy to get our ass kicked one last time. That's Sekiro. As for indie games, The Last Night is one I've been keeping an eye on. I know a lot of people are kind of pissed at the creator of it. It's a beautiful, almost, it's like a side scroller, but it looks 3D. It's crazy. I should have the trailer running. But this game I've been keeping an eye on. It sucks that it's now in development hell, and there's so much shite coming out about the dev. So this might never see the light of day. Yeah, it sucks. Just go show if you're an asshole, you're an asshole. Simple as that. And I mean, in one way, I'm kind of like, I'd rather someone else take over it now, you know. It sucks because it's definitely a unique and beautiful title, and at the end of the day, I just want to see these games come out. Also, Sea of Solitude, if you guys remember this one from EA's E3 conference. Probably the only thing you remember from it. This is one I've been keeping an eye on for a long while as well, and I'm so glad that it got re-revealed. I know it's under EA's umbrella now, which it is what it is, but what a game, what a passionate woman. Those guys are definitely hard at work. I've been following them on Twitter. I know they're getting ready to bring out some new trailers and possibly even a launch there, but I cannot wait. You play as this girl that's been turned into a monster, and I don't know if she's been hunted or helped by these giant things. It seems to be exploration and puzzle. I don't know if there's combat, but you know me, these are the indie games that absolutely kind of give me. Let's kick it off. 10 is Guns, Gore, Gnoli 2. I know Jude will be happy for this one. It made it onto the list. The Guns, Gore, Gnoli games are fucking fantastic. They're side-scrolling shooters, but they have it so right, like, you know what I mean? It just works. There's a lot of fun. The voice acting is great. Like, if you love just straight up fucking a zombie shooter side-scrolling, you know, like the good old days, this is definitely for you. And this was the sequel to the first game, so they've perfected it even more. I hope they're working on a third game, but yeah, I had a lot of fun. I even managed to stream this with Jude as well, so I got to see it firsthand playing with a few people. And the amount of guns, the amount of enemies on screen, the beautiful art style, it's just good old-fashioned fun, you know. If you ever see the first game or second game, definitely pick them up. They're usually cheap enough. Guns, Gore, Gnoli 2, number 10. Number 9 on the list is Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. I don't know if you guys remember me streaming this, but this is a truly unique game. And when it comes to indie games, if it's crazy, unique, and beautiful, you know Cyber's going to be playing it. And Where the Water Tastes Like Wine is no different. It's very much a tale of vagrants and the American tale back in the early 1900s. But it was a lot of fun. I got to play this on Steam. It didn't run too well for me because of my crappy little thing, so I felt kind of bad. But my god, my time with it was fantastic. I loved every second of it. Playing as this almost skeletal figure walking across America, hearing about stories and that. There's no combat. It's all told through these beautiful stories and this kind of bluegrass and Americana kind of vibe. And the more you travel across America, the music change. It's really something else, you know. For someone like me who has always wanted to hitchhike across America, it definitely called to my heart, and I love that game. It was so different. It's games like that make the video game industry and indie games in general so very important to this medium, you know. Alright, so that was number 9. Number 8, like, well, I don't know whether this is an indie game, but sure, I wanted to put it on the list. Number 8 is Vampire. This was the game from Don't Nod. It came out during the summer when things were kind of drying up a little bit. It was a lot of fun. The combat's like hack and slash, you know, a little bit like Dark Souls as well. But the real beauty of Vampire is the 1900s plague-ridden London. It was gorgeous. I hope this either gets a sequel or something else in the world of Vampire, because I had a lot of fun. In one side you know, you play as a vampire, but you also play as a doctor, and being able to like keep an eye and help these patients, or just fucking slaughter them from XP. It was a very different approach to a game. I've never really had that, so it was almost like one of those Team Hospital games, and then a Souls-like combat as well. Like, it was a lot of fun. The story was great. Some of the bosses were tough as nails. It had its moments, and with, you know, a little bit of jankiness, but I think that's how we evolve past with sequels and that. So I hope to see more from that, because I don't think I've ever really played a game quite like Vampire. It was very different. That was number 8. Number 7 on the top 10 indie list is Dead Cells. Of course, Dead Cells, it probably should have been a bit higher, but that's all good. Dead Cells, I had a crap load of fun. It's now, I think, available on Switch as well, so you guys should definitely get it. Dead Cells is a side-scrolling Metroidvania, but it's a roguelike as well. So if you guys have ever played, like, say, Rogue Legacy, games like that, where you have the dungeon in front of you, and you go in, you try and get as much gold, weapons, all that good stuff, before you die, and then you inevitably die, and you can go back in and get your stuff. So Dead Cells, the beauty of Dead Cells is the speed and precision in the combat and the movement. They've got it so right. Like, wow. Wow. I hope I don't know if it's going to get a sequel, but I hope to do something else in that universe, as I enjoy the hell out of Dead Cells. It only got better the more you get on. You get this perfect build and you just do one more run. It was so good. You got a perfect build and you get so far and the boss comes on and kicks your ass. Dead Cells, so much fun. Alright, number 6 on the list is Death's Gambit. This is another side-scroller, but this one was more attuned to Souls combat. Like, I'm a big fan of this, any kind of Souls-like series and Soulsborne in general. So Death's Gambit was a lot of fun. It's a pixel art game. You actually have a cool like undead horse in it. You play as one of Death's apostles running fucking errands and killing dudes from. But it's so much fun. I started off that game and it was very, very hard, as most games are when they start off, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this or even get the fun out of it. It was taking a minute, and then I had figured out the Blood Knight build, which allows you, a bit like Bloodborne, where you can aggressively get some of your health back if you're quick enough. And that changed the whole game for me. That changed, like, there's builds and weapons and beautiful grotesque blood everywhere. It's so much fun. There's great bosses, great maps. Like, it's a gorgeous game, Death's Gambit. I managed to finish that with a kick-ass music moment. How I don't do them very often, where I'll play a certain music in the background, but I managed to do this and it came out unbelievable. Death's Gambit, so much fun, so much potential for runs. The lore is great as well. I just loved everything about it. Lovely reveal at the end. Great story. Death's Gambit is definitely a gem of the year. Number 5 on the list is Crossing Souls. If you guys remember, this is early in the year. Crossing Souls is unbelievable. It is like a love letter to the 80s. My god, I hope we get to see more from Crossing Souls as well. So much fun. It's like E.T. and Stand By Me and fucking Stranger Things all mashed together. There's so much nostalgia, so many nods to the 80s. It's beautiful. It's pixel art style game. It's kind of, I want to say it's isometric, where you're kind of looking down, but it's more, it kind of switches up the genres as it goes. There's races and arenas, and it's so good. The art style is incredible. I remember the first stream I did of it, and I walked out into the neighborhood in the cul-de-sac, with the kids, and it was like Where's Wally or something. Everywhere you looked was another 80s reference. It's so good. The combat is a lot of fun. It'd be cool if there was a leveling system, but it's okay. Each of the characters has their own little stuff, their own little powers, and there's a lot of stuff. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but there's so many great puzzles as well. Nothing that ever like wrecks your head too much. It's very clever puzzles while maintaining the fun of it, and that's not an easy thing to do. I love each of the characters. I love the story. It's just really good. Such a great game, Crossing Souls. And just between the music and everything else, I really hope we get a sequel or something. I'm a massive fan of pixel art and 80s, and they just nailed it on every front. The art style, the combat, the music, the references. I was just had a smile on my face the whole way through Crossing Souls. So that was number 5. Number 4 is Celeste. Now, Celeste I haven't got to play myself, but with a couple of games on the list, these games definitely deserve their place in my top 10. Like, I understand how important Celeste is for a lot of people and for gaming this year. Like, what an incredible game. Jesus Christ. I've watched enough people play it to see how hard it is, but how precise it is. It is a side-scrolling, but it's almost like a gravity platformer. Like, the stuff I've seen people do is incredible. A lot of challenge there, but a lot of fun in it. Another pixel art style game, and the story is one of a kind. It's beautiful. Celeste is definitely one on everybody's list, I know that for sure. Number 3 on the list is A Way Out. A Way Out. Not a lot of people talked about this now. I think it got on a couple of nominations, but it's because it's so early in the year. But I had so much fun. My god. Starbreeze did a great job on it, and it was it's like a prison escape game, kind of in the vein of Uncharted, but it's a full split screen game, You can do it in real time online. It's so much fun. I played this with MDG, did a whole series on it, and I played it with Sauce Biscuit as well, because I enjoyed it that much. I went straight back in. It's so much fun. The voice acting is top notch, absolute top notch. There's some great little bits they put in, you know, little interactions with the environment, and definitely allows for a lot of funny moments. And you do break out of prison, but that's just where it begins. There's really cool ending as well. Just really, really clever way of using split screen, and it works. You know, it really works. The set pieces are up there, just as good as an Uncharted. A Way Out is a lot of fun. I enjoyed it all the way to the finish. And I can't wait to see what they do next. Fuck the Oscars. Fuck the Oscars. Alright, number 2 on the list is Gris. Gris. This is not that long out. I know it's out on Switch and PC. This is one of the most beautiful games that I have ever played. I hope it comes to Xbox and PlayStation this year. Just allow the dev to get more money and keep doing what they're doing. This is their first game, and they've created something truly, truly incredible. I have yet to play it, but I'm waiting for that experience. It's a side-scrolling game, kind of similar to Journey. You know, it's all about the experience. It does have some light puzzle elements to it, but it uses music and sound effects in such a beautiful way. It has to be seen to be believed. One of these, Gris is one of these games where the trailer doesn't exactly do it justice. You need to feel it, and it's perfect for the Switch as well. You know, it's just one of those games where you grab your Switch and 3-4 hours pass by and you realize that you kind of changed a little bit inside. You know, it's got a beautiful story to tell, one that everyone should see. Gris is its name, and I can't wait if it comes to PlayStation. Please bring it to PlayStation and Xbox. So that leaves that's all the games except for number 1. Number 1 on my top 10 indie games of 2018 is Ashen. I bet you were waiting for this one, but Ashen, Gris, and a couple other games. Below as well. Below is not on the list. Right. Well, with a special mention to Below, but Ashen, Gris, and Below all came out in December, out of nowhere, and I am so damn glad they did. They were perfect Christmas games. Ashen is a game I was watching for a long while. It was reminiscent of Shadow of the Colossus, and I always keep an eye on like a Souls-like game or something that's like Shadow of the Colossus. But Ashen is very unique in its kind of pastel colors, very dulled colors, and another thing as well, all the characters are faceless mannequins, which is very tough to get by at the start. It's like, Jesus, but wow, is it an incredible game. It does have a kind of a similar Souls-like combat system, but it's so much more gratifying and kind of, it's hard to say. Every attack means more in Ashen. It's tough as hell. I found one cave right beside the start of the game that just kicked my ass all up and down. Oh my god. But I love Ashen. I haven't finished it yet. I went into one dungeon. It took me an hour and a half. It's a huge game. A lot of fun. There's a lot of potential for builds. One thing that's kind of cool is you do have a companion that can be controlled by someone online, but it can be controlled by an AI as well, but it's with you the whole way. It's very strange. It took me a long time to get used to that too, because I'm used to solo and everything, but Ashen is unbelievable. The town, the way the town evolves, the more that you play the game, is so incredible. I haven't seen AAA games do that. Every time I come back, they're building something else, and I love it, and I can't wait to see it through to the end. So that's kind of the end of, that's all my games, my top 10 games. I hope you're happy with that. Like I said, some special mentions. Below, of course. Below is a funny one. I'm in the middle of it right now. It does not tell you much. It's one of those you find, you seek and you shall find, and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's very interesting. I mean, I've been waiting 5 years for it. What else? The Messenger, of course. Yeah, now Messenger I have not got to play, but that's another one of those games that it's the first game of the studio, and they just come out with a banger. Wow. It's kind of reminiscent of old school Ninja Gaiden, classic Ninja Gaiden, and it's learned a couple of things from Shovel Knight as well, you know. But it is gorgeous. The music, the art style, that pixel art style, these kind of new retro games. I know a lot of people probably are getting kind of they're kind of getting a little bit oversaturated, but I think that we're getting to the pinnacle of them. They're just wow. Like, some of these games are more polished, like Ashen and Messenger and Celeste and Gris. They're more polished than some of the AAA games. I love indie games. I love indie games till the day I die. Alright guys, I won't keep it too much longer. I wanted to keep this short, but sure, it's all good. It is what it is. These are some of the games I'm excited for this year. I hope you guys are hyped as well. I know I missed a good few. These are just some at the start of the year. There's so much coming this year. Let me know down below your favorite games of the year and what you're excited for this year. It's going to be a hell of a year for games. I'm going to try and cover as many as I can. You know, if it's cool, beautiful, and a bit weird, I will probably cover that. You know, that's the way it is. But thank you so much for all the support over 2018. I'm sorry it took a while to take this video out. It was just being sick as a dog. But Cyber's back. 2019's here. We're going to kick some ass this year. Thank you so much for all the support over the year. Let's fucking do this. Cheers, guys.